Hey, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Let There Be Talk. Today is Monday, April 24th, and this episode is brought to you by my brand new sponsor. Yes, it is here, brand new sponsor. Everybody asks me, where should I get a Rolex? Go nowhere except for St. Cross in Los Angeles. St. Cross, fine jewelry and timepieces, located 928 Southwestern Avenue. It is a authorized Rolex dealer. Don't go into the gray markets. Get your watch from an authorized dealer, and that dealer is St. Cross. I love these guys. Go see my guy, Andy. Hit up Andy over there right away. Give him a call, 213-738-0808. And get yourself a Rolex. They also have Panerai, Chanel, all kinds of watches. But they are an authorized Rolex dealer and my favorite, man. Right in Los Angeles. Do not go anywhere else. Hit up my boy St. Cross. How cool is that, man? Rolex sponsor right here on Let There Be Talk. All you watch nerds out there, go check them out. They got all the Rolexes there, man. I was just in there checking it out. They got the blue face Milgauss. They've got the white gold Sky Dweller. They've got the brand new blue face Daytona. They've got some day date 40s, everything in there. Subs, some Mariners, Sea Dwellers, all kinds of selection. Every watch in there, Rolex Capital specialists. These guys are your crew. St. Cross, welcome them to Let There Be Talk. Give them a call. Ask for Andy. Tell him you want to get yourself a watch. All right, guys, here we are. We're going to fire it up. What a great episode today, man. If you've been listening to Let There Be Talk over the last few weeks, I've just been shouting out Mastodon over and over and over. The new record, Emperor of the Sand, is just rocking me so fierce. If you haven't listened to it yet, get yourself onto this record. It's just smoking, man. If you're into like some fierce metal with grooves and insane playing, this is the band, man. And they're big right now, but I think they're just going to get even bigger and bigger. They've been around almost 20 years. Tons of records out, of course. Cool thing about this band is everybody has their own favorite, you know. Oh, I love this one. I love that one. And that makes a great band. You know, all their releases are pretty damn fantastic. I found the band through the record called The Hunter. And that's one of my favorites. The song Black Tongue or Curl of the Burl is just unbelievable to me. These guys write groove metal. I never hear anybody call it that, but that's what I'm calling it. It's just, you know, some metal is all like syncopated and just like you know, but this is just like, it's just like, it feels like you could just surf to this metal. Dodging great white sharks out there on your board. I don't know. Steam Breather is still the best song I've heard in probably 15 years besides Metallica's Spit Out the Bone. This is an amazing new record, Emperor of the Sand. And my guest today, Brann Dailor, the drummer-singer, was just so fucking cool to me. Gave me his number a couple weeks ago when I saw him at Amoeba. And I said, man, I really want to get you on the podcast. I've been trying for 2 years, which is no joke, maybe 3. And he said, yeah, man, call me when I get to town. And I hit him up, and he delivered the goods. We talked for about an hour on the tour bus, which was really cool. And I know his schedule was fucking crazy busy. This band, once you get a record out and a single starts hitting, like they've got a single that's going on right now called Show Yourself. And once some record companies sniff some potential dollars, they put you out on the fucking nonstop work train. And that's what they're doing right now, which is what you got to think is no better than being able to play music every day of your life in front of amazing audiences. I watched the band play, of course, at Amoeba a couple weeks ago, but to see him again at the Palladium, sold out with Eagles of Death Metal and Russian Circles. This show, whenever people say there's no good music anymore, I don't even talk to them anymore. I just know that they've checked out. They've checked out. They listen to their 9 bands that they think are great and nothing else. And Mastodon is just what a great band to discover right now if you don't know them, because they have such a back catalog that you're just going to be going crazy. And I'm sure anybody that listens to this podcast pretty much knows the band anyway. I would say check out Blood Mountain, Crack the Sky, The Hunter. Check them all out, of course. Once Around the Sun, Emperor of Sand. I love these album covers they have too. But this band fucking smoked it. I think the bass player Troy is one of the coolest guys to watch live, man. The guy is just he's like he looks like he's like a possessed surfer up there. And then the guitars are just insane, man. Between Brent and Bill, these guitars are just awesome. Tons of footage on them. Gallons and gallons of footage on them on YouTube, but don't waste your time there. See them live all this summer. And I can't thank the guys enough for the hospitality. It was a great night. You guys are going to love this episode. And and also they love stand-up comedy. So how fucking cool is that, man, right? Anyway, I'm going to get to the episode. Before I do, real quick, just a couple things. I am about to go to Denver and do my live record for Bong Load Records. I can't tell you how fired up I'm on that. I'm also nervous, and I'm also freaking out a little bit. It's like, I'm putting out a record, I want it to be fucking great, so I've just been like, my head's been scrambling. It's just been insane, but it's going to be fun to do. If it's bad or good, it'll be a great experience. That's this Wednesday through Sunday. So get tickets at the Comedy Works downtown Denver. Kevin Christie's coming with me, and we're going to have a great time. We'll be running all around town. And if you're at the show and you want to get interviewed about why you like Let There Be Talk, or how you became a listener or a fan of my comedy or anything, we'll be having a camera crew there, and look forward to hearing some of your guys' stories. It's going to be great. Shout out to my boys Hero Jr. If you don't know them, check out their band. They're coming to the show Wednesday night. Hero Jr. Check them out. That's my recommendation of this week. Hero Jr., great guys. They sent me an incredible Bill Withers live record and their own stuff, which rocks. Thank you, guys. What else do I got going? It was Record Store Day. What did everybody get? I was so fucking busy getting ready for my own record that I was like, oh, shit, it's Record Store Day. And I just kind of scrambled and didn't... I slept, man. I didn't look at the list. I'm obsessed with vinyl, but it was like, oh, fuck, Record Store Day. That's going to cost $1 million, But, yeah, at the last minute, I go, okay, I give in, and I look, and they've got this Bruce Springsteen, my favorite, by far, my favorite Springsteen ever, was this 2 CD set that came out, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago. And it was never on vinyl. Hammersmith Odeon live box set, and it's the first time that Springsteen goes over to Europe, and they record it. And this record is absolutely fucking monumental if you're a Springsteen fan. And here I am. I missed it. I can't even fucking believe it. So now I'm all over eBay, and it's just crazy, of course, crazy money. But I'll find one. I know it. It always happens, I will find one. But in the meantime, if anybody sees one out there, email me. I'm looking for the vinyl set, of course, brand new. But I did get some great shit. Let's see. I got the Grateful Dead 1966, which just kills, and then I got that Def Leppard EP, which I never even heard, and I'm a huge Def Leppard fan, and I didn't even know this existed, but it's a 3-song EP with a drummer before Rick, and it's a 3-song EP, and it's just crazy. You look at the photos; they're like 14 years old, man. I saw them on the High and Dry tour, and I'm a huge fan. Of course, I had the On Through the Night record, but I don't know why I didn't know about this EP, or maybe I did, and I just was loaded all my life and just forgot about it. But the cover's crazy. It just says like the Def Leppard EP. It's got like a leopard. It looks like somebody drew it on their high school peachy. You know, like, here's the cover. Yeah, that looks good, dude. When we put a record out, that's going to be the cover, man. That old thing. Here's our logo. Check out our logo. When you got an imaginary band in not high school, but like junior high. You go, yeah, dude, I'm going to play Pearl drums. Yeah, I'm going to play Gibson Flying V, dude. And then, you draw up your logo. You got song titles and shit. The only difference is Def Leppard did that from Sheffield, a small corner of the planet. And I've said it many times. I've been to Sheffield, and when you go there, you're like, how the fuck did some 4 or 5 kids from this corner of the planet play rock and roll, get a record deal, and become one of the biggest bands in the world? You're like, how'd they even get out of Sheffield? Sheffield's the Detroit of Europe. It's an old steel town. It's totally just burned down wasteland. And they did it. They fucking did it, man. One of the biggest selling bands of all time. Anyway, so I got a couple of those great records. I still need to get the Santana, which I hope to find today. At Woodstock, Santana at Woodstock is one of the fucking coolest stories ever. Of course, Bill Graham managing Carlos Santana. The Woodstock guys asked Bill Graham to help out with Woodstock. He says, I'll only help out if you put my boy Carlos Santana on. Santana goes on in a primo spot in the set, in the lineup. And just fucking, he's backstage. This is the story I hear. And he's backstage with Garcia. And Garcia gives him a little acid. And I guess Santana doesn't think he's on for hours. And all of a sudden a guy comes in and goes, hey, you're on. He's like, I'm on. And he's flying on like the best acid. Not the brown acid. Don't take the brown acid. Attention, Woodstock people. Do not take the brown acid. Fucking hilarious. What kind of evil sits in their house and is like, big festival going on, Coachella, which is going on right now. Speaking of evil, Coachella. This is modern day evil. There's like 5 guys that went to Coachella and they flew in for it from like some, out of state, somewhere like, I don't know where they're from. I forgot. I was reading it. But they flew in, and their plan, and they were doing it, was just to rob, and I can't believe this hasn't happened before, but they flew in, 5 of them, rob people that are drunk or loaded on drugs, and steal their phones and their money. Like while they're all passed out or just fucking, on ecstasy in a raver tent. Yeah, man, go, dude. All right. Yeah. Where's my phone, dude? You see my phone? Oh, man, I'll find it later, dude. I'll find it later. I love me some Skrillex, man. All right. Dude, where's my money, man? I don't know. Anyway, I'm out of my mind. 5 guys caught. These idiots. They got caught because the people used the Find My Phone app, and they nabbed one dude. He had like 100 phones and tons of cash on him and shit. And then they caught the other dudes. What kind of evil is that? They're back to the Woodstock. You're just sitting in your house like, all right, man, festival. I'll show those fucking dirty hippies. I'm going to make some acid with some strychnine and rat poisoning. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to show them. They'll be tripping their balls off to death. They're going to see Satan, man. Who's got that kind of evil in them? I mean, there's serial killer evil. Yeah. But who's just like going to the party and ruining people? There's someone out there still right now that Woodstock's their Vietnam. Like, Woodstock, no, don't make me talk about it. Oh, man. Anyway, Santana goes on stage. He's flying on acid and has one of the greatest sets ever and just becomes a full-blown superstar that day. Nobody knew who Carlos Santana was. He was a San Francisco guy that played the Mission and opened up a lot of the shows at the Fillmore, but the people weren't like, he wasn't a household name. And here we are in 2017 now, Record Store Day, and seeking out his live set from Woodstock. And of course, some people only know Santana from that "It Was a Hot One," that era. But if you don't have Santana live at the Fillmore, do yourself a favor and get this fucking record, man. Santana in the early days, you got Neil Schon in the band, Greg Raleigh, the early Journey guys. And then Carlos just playing that SG Junior with the two P90s up there, just killing it. My favorite photo, one of my favorite rock photos, is just Baron Woolman sitting there, him and Bill Graham taking turns with the cowbell behind Greg Raleigh's Leslie speaker with Santana just there rocking, and you can see the millions of people. Woodstock's the only thing I wish I saw. Like people go, or actually Zeppelin at Day in the Green is really even though people say that Zeppelin wasn't great at Day in the Green, I don't care. That's the last time they ever played in America. That's an iconic show. That's when Peter Grant's boys beat up that security guard, and it gets pretty dark. But my point is, if I could go in a time machine, and I think I did this before. Somebody was on the show. We were doing it for a while. If you could go back in time, what show would you see? Put it up on Twitter, Dean Del Rey, and tell me. I'll do this again. And I think mine would be, I said Zeppelin last time, and I think it was Don Barris. It was years ago when I did this. But now that I think back to it, I would like to take a time machine back to Woodstock, going back, of course, now with my bug repellent and sunblock and a helicopter so I could get in and out of there each day. Anyway, a lot of rambling there, but fun stuff. Let's get into the episode right now. Before I do, this episode is brought to you by my fantastic motorcycle sponsor, El Cajon Harley. The summer is definitely here. It was fucking 90 here all weekend. It's time for two wheels. You need a motorcycle. You know you do. You've been thinking about it all your life. Your lady says, you can't have a motorcycle. Look her in the eyes and go, I'm a man. You don't tell me. I'm getting a motorcycle. Go down and get it. She's only going to be mad a couple days. I was just talking to Burr about this. You know what I mean? Where it's like, if you're married and your lady doesn't let you have something, just go get it. Either she sticks around or she leaves. Either way, you win, right? Either way, you got your Harley. And, don't let someone tell you what to do. Anyway, get a Harley Davidson, two wheels. Get yourself up on two wheels, man. Sturgis is coming up here this summer. You ever dreamed of going to Sturgis? Get yourself a motorcycle at El Cajon Harley. Get all prepped up. Do some riding lessons, whatever you need to do, and then hit the highway and go to Sturgis. It will change your life, man. I've done it 6 times, and every time I think about, wow, some of the best times of my life. Some of the best times of my life have definitely been on two wheels, and that's no joke. Since I've spent almost 35 years on motorcycles, I got to tell you, a lot of great stories and a lot of cool times with friends out there on the highway. There's nothing cooler than going on a trip with a couple buddies. You just start fighting third day in. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you, man. And then by the end, I love you, man. I love you too. What a great trip. And then, you never forget it. That's what life's about. Go to Elko and Harley, get yourself a dream machine right out of there and ride yourself all over, man. Hit up my boy Greg Riley. Hit up their Instagram. ElkoandHarley.com is their website. And Elko and Harley is their Instagram and Twitter. Tell them I sent you. And go check out their ride to Petco Park in July. They're riding out there, having a good ride. And we're going to do another show here pretty soon. Comedy and bikers. Can't wait. Elko and Harley. Okay, guys, let's get the candles lit here and get into the episode. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check out all of Mastodon as soon as I'm done with this episode. Candles lit. All right, here we are, another episode of Let There Be Talk. Fantastic guest. Introduce yourself.
My name's Brann. I play the drums and I try to sing in the band Mastodon.
Try to sing.
I do try.
You sing.
If you see me singing, that means I'm trying.
You get a good red face like me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
beat red.
It's like
it's just about to pop right off.
It's so, I sang all my life, and it was funny because I was reading that Brendan O'Brien had you guys, learn to sing better or maybe get some...
I don't know that he made us sing better, but, basically, I think that he was remarking on the fact that 10 years had passed since we'd worked together, and all of us had gone and gotten vocal lessons and have been actively... I think Crack the Sky was one of the first records where everybody was... It was all clean singing, you know what I mean?
Right.
All we're searching for melodies and trying, to do that instead of just screaming over stuff. And the music changed a little bit too, and it got a little more psychedelic and proggy, and so the cleaner vocal styles lent itself to that music. And then over the next couple records, it's all we were shooting for. Every riff that we would write, we would search for a cool vocal melody to go over top of it. But I always sang, not singing and playing drums, of course, but since I was a kid, I was always in the choir and had a sort of a natural ability to sing, naturally.
Well, you sing fantastic. That's the cool thing about your band. I don't, I'm good friends with Cedric Bixler. Had him on the show, and
I know that guy.
Yeah. And he said the gateway to rock is for everybody. It was Kiss, which is kind of true. But what I love about your band, like Kiss or the Beatles or Eagles or everybody sings in the band, which is so unusual. Nobody even sings now. It's all like tape loops and radar and all that shit. Yeah. All you guys are singing.
Yeah, we try to keep it real,
But I mean, I'm just saying, it's so fucking cool, right?
I guess. I don't know. That's up to the people to decide if it's cool or not. We're just three reluctant singers looking to pass the vocal buck, if you will, around the camp,
Did you ever look for a lead singer when you started?
We had one.
You did?
We had a guy. His name is Eric Sainer. We just saw him the other night.
On the first record?
Well, we replaced his vocals because we recorded a demo.
Right.
And it was with him. And like a week and a half before the first tour, he was having some serious personal problems. He was living in Atlanta in this squatter house, and it was just a nightmare. A lot of heroin, a lot of crack.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Wow.
And we were about to roll out, and he was like, "Dudes, I cannot go do this. I cannot be in this band anymore. I need to leave Atlanta. I need to get the fuck out of here, or else I'm going to kill myself." You know what I mean? So we totally understood, and no one had ever seen us, and no one had ever heard of us. So we were going to get our buddy Dan from this band called Leech Milk, a local Atlanta band at the time, but it just didn't feel right, So what felt the most right thing to do was to Troy and Brent just were like, we'll just scream shit, and we're playing basements and VFW halls in our van, and no one cares. So the 5 people watching aren't going to know the difference anyways, because it's just a demo that we're kind of selling for $2 or $3. It was a name your price type of situation, like Radiohead did a few years ago. Name your price. What do you want to pay for this? We need gas money. We need money for Subway sandwiches. We need as much money as possible to get to the next city. So those guys stepped up and started singing. It's kind of been that way ever since, except for in Crack the Sky, I sang I got on the mic and sang to the beginning of Oblivion, and we tried to get that into Troy's voice,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everybody kind of turned around and looked at me and said, there's something about your voice that lends itself to that part, so can we keep it? Can you do it? And that's when I strapped on the proverbial bit.
Yeah.
And now I do that thing, and I'm that guy.
Yeah,
And,
you always sing the ones that I love, man.
Thanks.
It's funny to have a few different voices, because then you're like, oh wow, totally different flavors on the record.
I like the variety that lends itself to the band. Once you have all those different vocal stylings in the mix and the juxtaposition between voices, I don't know. I think it's cool. But we basically just, you hear the song and you hear the part and you say, this part definitely. I hear Troy's vocal over top of this, or I hear Brent, or myself, and then I see if I can pull it off physically, and then commit to it on tape, and then try it live.
It's crazy when you're playing and singing, because like I'm a singer and guitar player, and you're moving and stuff, and what a big part of singing is breathing.
Yeah.
People don't know that. Like if you're sing on low breath, you're not going to have some power. Your voice is going to start getting shot and stuff. So when you start doing that, you're like, oh, I'm fucked here now. I got to play drums and sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have unfortunately painted myself into a corner of no fun on tour, basically.
Yeah.
I have to be like really, which is fine,
Yeah.
But it's definitely forced like a lifestyle change, I'll say.
Yeah, like sleep.
Yeah, you really need to sleep, man. It's not easy out here to get a lot of sleep, unfortunately. It's
Yeah, like this morning you're playing Conan at 9.
Yeah.
And then I'm bugging you. Come on, do the interview. Right now you could easily be sleeping, but now.
No, I'm not a napper.
Yeah, you're not a napper?
Dude.
Yeah.
I can't do it, man. I can't nap.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do it.
How old are you?
I'm 42 years old.
Fucking, you can't nap.
I can't nap.
Man, I'm a napper.
You
Just
are?
4 in the afternoon, see ya.
God bless you.
Yeah.
I can't do it. My wife is a napper, too. She'll conk out. The dog, the cat, everyone's conked out. I'm just like... my brain just wants to shut off. I don't know. I'm a nervous person.
Yeah, you got that?
I'm covered in worry warts. Yeah.
Wow. You're like a drummer. You're the guy that pounds on the seat on the airplane. Guy's like, what the fuck?
No, I don't do that. I'm very conscious of other people's feelings and how everyone's feeling around me. That's why I'm so worried all the time. I'm like, I'll be like, maybe that person, did I offend them, or are they upset? Are they okay? Is everybody okay? Is everyone feeling all right? Is everyone okay with me? Are we good? Are we cool?
Yeah.
A lot of that.
You're not mad at me, are you?
You're not mad at me. Remember the last time we talked, I did this thing. I feel like I said something. Maybe you're upset about it. Are you upset about that? No, I haven't given it a second thought. Oh, shit. Oh, thank God. I spent the last 6 months worried about that. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. That's how I get it in the
I get it from my mom, I think, because my mom was like that. So.
You got to get some worry beads.
I'm very worried.
Remember the worry beads? Grannies would have?
Yeah.
They just roll these beads.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, worry beads.
I need some worry beads.
I'm going to send you some.
Thank you very much.
Now, listen.
I'll text you my address.
I got to tell you something, man. I came on listening to your band back when you guys were touring with Ghost. What's that? The Hunter? Ghost. And that record, I love that record. The one the Hunter.
The Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, on that was the tour with Ghost.
Yeah.
And I saw you at the Universal Amphitheater. I go to see Ghost, and then you guys come on, and I'm like, what the fuck? This band is amazing. Because I always heard about you guys, like, oh, they sing a song about, they did a record on Moby Dick. I'm like, what? Nerd rock? What is that, Moby Dick? And then I see you guys, and I'm fucking floored. I've been on it ever since.
Cool, man.
The new record, I think Steam Breather is probably the best song I've heard in 15 years metal-wise.
Thanks.
Like the groove. I was just telling somebody it's impossible to write a metal song with groove. Slayer's done it quite a bit with like South of Heaven.
Yeah, well, Lombardo's a real groovy player, so he's got some soul there. I mean, not that metal players don't have it, but I think that sometimes it gets expunged. Even if the player has some soul, they kind of omit it for that mechanical sound. You know what I mean? And we're not really like that. We're kind of we sort of when you talk about heavy metal with us, it's more you're talking more about more akin to like Black Sabbath or
right.
the earlier days of heavy metal.
Yeah, like Hole in the Sky.
Judas Priest.
That's a fucking groovy tune, you know? Hole in the Sky.
Yeah.
It's like
well, that I mean, Bill Ward's all groove like, all the time. He's very jazz oriented. Like, I mean, you know, the heavy metal drumming wasn't invented yet. He was inventing it, but he's taking from jazz and he's taking from funk and all the stuff that is the basis for what heavy metal is. You know, blues and all that. So you know.
Well, I mean, that fucking song, man, when I heard it, I was like, holy shit, this song it's killer. It's like Sad But True or something. Those are groovy metal songs. It's hard to write a metal song that grooves and catchy. And when you get it all lightning in a bottle, and then somebody comes and goes, sellouts or whatever, you're like, are you out of your mind? This is the perfect storm. This is what you want.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I saw recently, you guys are like, these people, you were like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I mean, people are going to say whatever. I mean, what, you know, what am I don't know.
But to me,
all I know is really that the music does really genuinely come from a genuine place. We go down in Bill's basement, write everything. We write all our own music. We don't have Max Martin sitting in Sweden writing songs for us, and we're paying thousands of dollars for them. That would be selling out to me, you know. We're not trying to. It's the last thing on our mind is any kind of monetary, you know. We're not thinking about money at all. You know, it's the last thing from my mind is money.
You wouldn't be playing music
we should
if
write
you wanted
this.
Money.
Yeah, and talk about taking the long way to try to make some money.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who said. Somebody said it, but it's like committing suicide by flying commercial airlines. Just, you know, hoping that one goes down at some point. You know what I mean? Like, we fly like one of these days. Goodbye, cruel world.
Yeah,
you know, but,
yeah. That's a great one.
So that's that's definitely the long way there. And heavy music. I mean, heavy rock, heavy music. I mean, it's not. You're not going to get rich off this shit. You know, you just have to love it. You know, and I've been into heavy metal and heavy music and hard rock and all that stuff since I was a little kid. So you know,
absolutely, me too. I mean,
here we are. I'm just trying to have fun with my friends and write some music that we like, that we love, and then take it out, play it for people that it connects with, and have a blast doing it. You know, that is all it is at all. You know, we leave our families behind for this shit. You know what I mean? So it better be fun on stage. I better be feeling it when it comes to the songs that we're writing, because I'm not playing some bullshit that I don't feel anything from, because that's no reason to walk out the front door and say goodbye to my awesome wife and my awesome life back there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine it, having to go up there, and it would be soul sucking, and I wouldn't do it.
I don't think people understand either. Like if you see a band in a bus and they're playing the Palladium, they think, oh, they're fucking rich, man.
We live in a studio apartment with 12 dudes that stink like shit. Sorry, but it's true, man. I mean, I don't smell good either, but that's the deal.
Yeah.
I've been out here for 20 years. I mean, nobody's rich.
20 years, man.
Yeah, dude.
How fucking great is that, right?
It is great because I'm not digging a ditch, you know, and I had a lot of jobs before I had this awesome job, but I knew it when I was working those jobs. I was like, man, you know, keep pushing, keep playing, you know, but I never expected, you know, Mastodon to catch on like this or be, you know, I figured we'd keep hitting these little plateaus like early on in our career, and I just figured that it would eventually, it would peak out at a certain spot and be like, okay, you're going to be at bar level, you know, you'll be able to tour in your van and get, you know, 300, 400 people into a club every night, and that will be
great,
killer.
right?
I was like, this is awesome. Where we were at in 2003, 2004, you know. But then after Leviathan came out, things really started to sort of pick up, and it really hasn't stopped, you know. But it's been little by little, you know what I mean. There hasn't been any flashy pans or anything like that. It's just been real gradual and real
grassroots,
organic.
Yeah, organic,
very organic. Whole Foods metal.
Yeah, Whole Foods metal. You know what though? It's like I know Bill Burr told me, he's like, dude, you're going to take the long route because you started when you were 44, me comedy,
right?
And he goes, but what you're going to do is you're going to be picking off fans like one at a time, and it's going to seem slow. But at the end of the road, you're going to have these primo fans.
That's what we have, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We have people that have really I mean, because we put so much of ourselves into the music, you know, and personal tragedy and everything that we've experienced as human beings, we put it all in there. It's like we're completely biologically intertwined with every song, you know. So the fans that are really into it and really get super into it and have been there for the 17 years that the four of us have been doing this, you know, that's, you know, they're amazing for sticking with us, but we give them a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of back and forth with that for people who really get it and really are able to sink into it and love it for all the right reasons. You know, we work hard on it, and I think it shows, and I think that the payoff is for those awesome fans that we've collected, all those fans along the way.
Oh yeah, man! I was at Amoeba, and I was in the front row, you know, a couple weeks ago when you guys were playing, and I came an hour early because I was going to see if I could interview you guys then, and I'm just by myself, and I'm just listening to the conversations, and you know, these guys all in there, they're like, yeah man, we went to Jimmy Kimmel last night, oh, you know, and they're like, oh, I hope they do this and that. I mean, it's like passion in there, man. They're not sitting there just texting and waiting around to get a selfie of, I'm in the front, look. These guys were fucking full-on fans, and I was like, this is great, man.
Yeah,
you know,
good. I love those people.
I do too, man.
They keep the electricity on at my house. So I'll do anything they want, you know, basically.
You like living out in Atlanta?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Atlanta was really good to me, you know. I moved there. I didn't know anybody. I moved there. I had never been there before. Moved there with Bill. And I met my wife, and I met Bill and Troy within 2 weeks.
Wow.
And Mastodon started.
I believe in that shit was supposed to happen then. You know what I mean? Like, I say a lot of things as goofy as people think. I feel like your life is mapped out. Uh-huh. And if you get a little off course, some reason you're in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then you meet Troy. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden Mastodon's going. I feel that shit's real. You believe in that?
No. Sound like some bullshit, pseudoscience bullshit.
I believe it.
Okay, sure, I'll believe that.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever, I'll believe anything.
Right.
Bigfoot, yeah, I believe in Bigfoot.
Fuck Bigfoot.
No, he's real. What are you talking about?
Bigfoot is like...
Aliens, sure.
Yeah.
I'll believe that shit.
Let's get into a little bit of...
Religion and...
Religion, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Now, this record, it's got... you wrote some stuff about cancer, you know, and you also had the suicide record. Cancer, I'm 51 now, man. It's scary as fuck.
Yeah, you're like, it's coming.
That's what I say.
Every year you go to the doctor.
It's like motorcycle riding.
Are we cool?
Yeah, are we cool?
With the doctor. Are we cool? Any lumps?
Yeah.
What's happening? What's going on? Or you just feel a little bit weird. You're like, oh, you know, that's how I had to quit smoking weed. Like, I don't know.
You get paranoid
15
on it?
years ago. I'd be like, as soon as I smoke weed, I'd be like, I have cancer and AIDS combined. I know it. I'm going to die within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I need to stop
your brain
weed.
Just like, you're like,
I'll go there so fast.
Oh, I get there on weed.
Plus the warrior, you know.
Oh, the warrior.
Talk about the warrior. Yeah. But, yeah, unfortunately, over the past couple years, the cancer has really just, as you get older, you know, your parents and some of your loved ones, people are going to be affected by it. I mean, I've had people affected by it my whole life, you know, but there was a real concentration of it with people who are very, very close to us, our very immediate family, and it was the obvious Mastodon in the room that we had to confront, and we did so lyrically and musically. You know, I felt like the music that we were coming up with was all of the riffs that were coming out were being informed by the daily news, you know what I mean, right. of our particular loved ones who are in question here, and so why would you sidestep it and try to write lyrics that dealt with anything else? You know what I mean, like a news story or something like that. It seemed like it was obvious that it was going to be about these things that were happening. So I did my best to write a story that kind of went along with that had, you know, all the different parallels with the sun and the desert, and the sun being the chemo, and the protagonist being someone who's handed down a death sentence from an evil sultan and all that. So it makes for cool album art, which we like, you know.
Album art is incredible.
Yeah, I love that artist, Alan Brown. He's really
Videos
awesome.
Are fucking great. The opening track crushes. This record comes on, I'm like, wow, this is a great... I've been listening to it for like 2 weeks straight, you know?
Yeah.
And then you guys got a hit on your hands right now, you know?
Yeah, something like that.
Show yourself. Every time I hear it, man, do you guys just ever just go, kill yourself? Kill yourself? I mean, goddamn, I hear that. Was that the original title?
No.
Fuck.
No. It was Show Your Balls.
Show your balls.
Yeah. Trying to get Bill to show his balls to,
show your
to my
balls.
cat.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, because I had my cat over, and he's only got one eye, you know. So
you got a one-eyed cat?
I do. I walk my cat on a leash. I'm that guy, you know what I mean?
Really?
No.
Oh.
Fuck that. You walk your cat on a leash, shame on you.
Yeah.
That cat doesn't want to be out there with you on a leash.
Oh, my neighbor does
Terrible.
that.
Really? Well, who's your neighbor? We need to go over there and have a conversation.
She's just out there every day with the cat on a leash.
Isn't it just... It's just awkward.
I always look out and go, wow, man.
Bad for the cat.
Fucking life's going by.
Just do the feather thing with the cat if you
Yeah.
need exercise or something. The cat doesn't want to walk around with you. He's embarrassed.
He's like, hey, man, Delray's in there watching me right now.
Yeah. As you pass by all the cats that are in their little windows, look at that fool out there, man.
Yeah, on the leash.
Wow,
What a
dude.
slave.
Yeah.
What a slave,
Like a
man.
damn dog.
You got a cat?
Yeah.
What, you got a dog too?
Don Tickles is my cat.
Don Tickles.
Yeah, named after the infamous Don Rickles, who we just unfortunately lost.
God. You're a comedy fan.
Comedy, yeah.
You're wearing a Gallagher shirt right now, signed.
By Gallagher, to me.
Your bass drum has Red Fox and
Rodney.
the
The Lone
on it.
Wolf.
And when did you start getting into comedy? You're 41, so
42.
42. Are you Eddie Murphy, Dice era? What are you?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, those guys. Eddie Murphy, Delirious is that I remember, and Cheech and Chong records.
Of course.
Cheech and Chong albums.
Up in Smoke.
Up in Smoke
Big
was...
Bamboo.
Yeah, Up in Smoke I had, and, you know, Eric My Eye, that song, you know, and just, you know, your little Fanny Perpendicular.
I love the drive-in bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, my mom took me to the drive-in to see Up in Smoke and Next Movie. When Next Movie came out, they ran a double feature with Up in Smoke and Next Movie, and I was like 5 years old or 6 years old or something.
She took you to see it.
Yeah, and I just remember dying laughing at the pee thing and the soap. Hey man, that's soap. Hey man, that's pee. You know, and from then it really was just HBO. Like it was young comedians.
Right.
And Bob Goldthwait had a special. It's like Feel the Warmth
Bobcat.
or something.
Unbelievable.
When Dee Snider was in the audience, you know.
Yep.
I had all this stuff. I had like 2 VHS tapes that was filled with Young Comedians Hour with Sam Kinison,
Unbelievable.
Bob Saget, Maurice Lamar, Bob Nelson, who we talked about, who was on
that
tour
changed the
with
game. Those two.
Yeah.
Then the other one had Dyson.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Rodney's young comedians.
Rodney's Young Comedians Hour.
Unbelievable.
Those two, I had them on video, and I also had like Paul Reiser's special. You know, and I used to just watch. I would come home from school and just watch those over and over and over and get them memorized, and then go to school the next day and do all my impressions of like Bobcat, and had the Pee Wee Herman, the first Pee Wee Herman special from HBO.
Yeah.
I'm flying at the end, you know.
Can you do Bobcat now?
No, I haven't done it in a long time.
He's hard to do, right?
Yeah. But I loved that special, and I pretty much would, you know, if he was here, I would just try to quote the whole thing, which would be really annoying. So, but and Andy Kaufman, when I was a kid, when I'm Taxi, you know, I loved the Latka, and then when I got to be, I don't know, like 13 or so, they had some Andy Kaufman special that I taped that had. You know, all the different characters. I just got kind of dug into the Andy Kaufman thing to try to understand it, you know.
Right.
And just because it was from outer space, it was just such a new level of comedy. So that's
It's incredible, right?
Like, Andy Kaufman had totally like that's my guy.
Yeah.
You know?
You ever see when he does Letterman, and Letterman's like, this is right before he dies, pretty much.
He brings out his kids.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Because he's like, well, what have you been doing, man? He's like, oh, I got a family now. You know, I got kids. He's like, you got kids? He's like, yeah.
This is the guy that I'm going to rob.
Unbelievable, man. He brings them out.
And everybody
he makes a great
tries.
sandwich.
Everybody tries.
Oh, they all try.
And you know, they have their little moments. Like Joaquin had his Kaufman moment. And so he created an archetype with that.
Well, whenever I see somebody do it, or anybody, everybody always says, oh, total Kaufman.
They can't follow through.
No.
They can't go all the way with it. Even Borat. I mean, as awesome as Borat and as awesome as that whole thing is with what's his name? He doesn't it's not all the way. Like,
it's not all the way.
Andy went all the way with
all the way.
shit.
I mean,
No
that
one
guy
has-
took a job at like Jerry's Deli.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Busting
Like,
tables.
what the fuck is going on? And the whole time he never broke the wall. You know?
Yeah.
You were like, who is that guy? Never ever.
Yeah.
I read this thing. I don't know if you read it, where he agreed to do Taxi, but he said, "I will not go to rehearsals." You know,
Yeah.
because they would rehearse.
Oh, and
the
he had
stuff.
to have his what's his name in for 2 weeks out of the schedule, the nightclub.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tony Clifton.
Yeah, Tony Clifton.
Yeah, but that was Bob Samuda at the time, right? Or
Yeah.
no, it was Andy. Maybe it was Andy.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I remember listening to Bob Samuda's thing, and I love Bob Samuda too.
But he would just show up at Taxi on the day of shoot
Yeah.
and completely just do loony shit and stuff. And they're like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? And
Yeah.
he would just kill it. That guy, like I said, no one can ever do anything ever again because you just go like, oh, he's doing a Kaufman. He's trying to do Kaufman. And
Yeah.
talk about a stamp on a style, right? That's it.
No one, everyone was just like, that guy's on another level. He's just doing this whole other thing.
Yeah.
And no one even tried to compete with him because
Nope.
he couldn't. He
No.
just was, what are you going to do?
Unbelievable, that guy. Is he your favorite?
He's my favorite, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Him and Bill Hicks.
Oh, Bill Hicks.
I love Bill Hicks.
You see the documentary?
Yeah.
So good,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I got into him probably like right before he died, I guess. You know,
Did you ever want to do comedy? Because
a
that's
little
what-
bit.
I did. See, this is how the podcast started. I played music 25 years,
Yeah.
and then I started comedy 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And my idea was, well, fuck, I don't want to, just interview comics because that's being done. I want to interview musicians
Who want to be comics?
and ask them if they ever wanted to be a comic. You know what
like
I mean?
Josh, I think Hami would be a good.
Unbelievable.
great
Yeah,
comic.
Josh-
I think he tried it, didn't he? Do a couple.
Did he?
Maybe he's got 5 minutes worked up. I
Josh
told him.
could do
I told
comedy.
him that later on today we're going to do at least 10 minutes of improv, so that should be fun.
Yeah, Josh could do comedy. Jacob Dylan, I toured with him. That guy,
Yeah.
he's like Josh, lightning speed. He could just look out the window, see something, and just rip some hell funny,
Yeah.
clowning. There's dudes out there, definitely,
Yeah, for sure.
Would you
A lot
ever
of
want to
funny
try
dudes. Yeah, I my buddy Brendan Small.
Oh, yeah, Brendan, yeah.
pushed me a little bit. He's like, man, you gotta go, get your 5 minutes together, just go up and do it. I'm like, yeah, one of these days.
I think he could do it, absolutely.
Maybe.
Who do you like modern right now? Like
Kurt Metzger
yeah.
is like one of the guys we were talking about earlier, but
Yeah.
that's like, I think his writing is just like, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. Let's see, man. There's so many. I mean,
Burr,
Louis
Maron,
C.K.,
C.K..
Burr, Louis C.K. Obviously, Louis C.K. I went and saw him at the Fox Theater recently.
Oh, yeah.
On the special that just came out on Netflix, I saw
Awesome.
that when he was touring it. What's that guy's name? There was a guy who had open for him that was on Last Comic Standing. That damn, I can't remember his name. I can't remember anybody's name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
You should check out guys like, if you're into, check out like Brent Weinbach.
Oh yeah, Brent Weinbach. I know that name.
Oh yeah, because you're into Kaufman kind of guys. Jake Wiseman, I think.
I love Neil Hamburger.
Oh, Neil Hamburger. I was just quoting him. Remember those prank
People
tapes? He had
don't-
bass
yeah.
licks on your grave.
Yeah.
Remember that shit? I always tell people about that. He would just call up, calling about the bass player wanted ad. Yeah, man. I played bass licks on your grave. That shit was amazing,
Yeah,
man.
that dude's hilarious. We did we played, what was it called? All Tomorrow's Parties in the UK, and it was curated by Mike Patton and the Melvins.
Unbelievable.
And Neil was on it, and I just remember being huddled back behind the stage with Buzz and Dale and Mike Patton, and we're all and the big business guys who are in the Melvins as well, but we were all just all peeking out, just like, these people did not get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They were so
yeah.
pissed off.
Yeah.
They're just booing him.
Yeah.
And it came around eventually, but man, we were so excited to see the reaction of this guy. This is.
I think that's the best shit, because Norm Macdonald's one of my favorites.
I love Norm Macdonald. Yeah.
He's got a special coming out.
He does.
And-
Yeah. That's
and
one of my favorites as well. Yeah.
He is fucking incredible. And whenever I talk to him, I'm like, God damn, dude, that shit was so funny. He's like, yeah, tell the guys in there. I don't think they like it. You know what I mean? And you know, I love that feeling of half the room's getting it and the other half's not. And it's just this weird energy in the room. It gets really stiff. People are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That guy, Norm Macdonald, crushes, man.
Oh, yeah, I love that special he put out maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. Just insane.
He's got a new one coming out.
He's got some really long pieces that...
Yeah, that one he put out. That is one of the best specials of all time.
The lady or the girl on the news, or talking about the news or whatever.
Unbelievable!
It gets all the way to the man. That's just a long, beautiful piece of comedy.
Shallow grave.
Shallow grave. Yeah.
How about the one where he's like, "Yeah, my father died. They said he's in a better place." I'm like,
he's on the floor.
He's on the floor.
He used to be in the bed.
He was with a Tempur-Pedic pillow I bought him watching Matlock.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
So
damn,
good.
that guy is fucking. And the way on that special, how he just stood in one spot, no hands on the mic, no hand movements or nothing. That means the bits are so powerful. He doesn't have to sell them.
No,
at all, man. That guy is amazing.
Love it, yeah.
How about drummers for you? I noticed you played Tama, old school Lars Ulrich, Justice for All tour. There he is with the white Thomas.
Lars was one of my guys for sure back then, and still now. I love Lars, and I love his playing, and
he gets a bad rap, right, on his playing. I don't get it.
I don't know why.
I really don't either, man. I'm like,
it really bothers me.
It pisses me off.
If someone's like talking shit about, and I stuck up for him in middle school, and I'll stick up for him now.
I do it all the time.
I almost got in a fight in middle school because we went to go see Queensryche open for Metallica. We went to go see Metallica, and Queensryche was opening up.
On the Justice
tour? And their
tour?
drummer was Scott Rockenfeld. Awesome drummer, great. But people on the Justice tour, Yep. Next day, some kids talking smack about Lars. Scott Rockenfeld way better than Lars. That guy sucks. And I was like, fuck you. You know, we got into it.
Yeah.
Tussled a little bit. I told Lars about it. He was proud of me.
Yeah, I always shout out Lars. It's like, first of all, he was right on the Napster stuff.
He was totally right.
No one gives him glory. No one goes, you know what? Sorry, dude, you were right. The industry collapsed, and it sucks now, and everybody's starved out.
Yeah, and everyone gave him so much shit about it, saying, you know, they're this rich rock star. No, he was trying to protect the little guy that's going to be coming up.
Exactly. You know? Like you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, nobody makes it. The only way that we're putting any food on our tables or on the floors for our pets is getting out there on tour. So you got where bands would just do maybe a couple tours a year. Now it's just like non-stop touring, and like, you know, it's not healthy, my friend.
No, it's not, especially when you're playing fucking metal and like music of your guys' energy and caliber. You can't just go up there and sing Cats in the Cradle. You know, you're up there just fucking slamming it out.
Very physical, but I'm in good shape.
Yeah.
My heart's in good shape, so we're all good.
You get your heart checked?
Yeah, I got my heart checked.
Like, I mean, like you go in, now they can... Like,
I have athlete's heart.
You got athlete's heart?
Yeah.
What do? You work out?
Yeah, every night on the drum set.
Not besides that, dude. Like Lars, man, he goes running.
Yeah, I do kettlebells at home.
Yeah.
Kettlebells.
So Lars is one of your guys? Who else?
Dave Lombardo, Nico McBrain for the... Mickey D for the metal guys.
Yeah.
As far as my guys, I'd say
Bozio, you into him? Guys like old school guys?
Billy Cobham is my guy.
Yeah.
And Elvin Jones, Tony Williams.
Right.
Phil Collins.
A lot of people.
Bill Bruford.
Yeah.
Phil Collins, I'd say Genesis, or early Genesis stuff is some of my favorite music of all time. You know?
You like some of that stuff, right?
I love that. Yeah,
I love
my
that.
favorite.
I never got into Genesis.
Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Listen to that.
I love prog rock.
Yeah, that's really proggy.
Yeah, but it was just something about that, man, that it never grabbed me. I was like, I'm just so, like, to me, it's like Pink Floyd Echoes. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's Animals record, that kind of shit.
I love Animals.
Right?
Love it. I was listening to it this morning.
It is the best.
When I was putting the lotions on my balls, I was listening to Animals. And I was like, you're a fucking animal.
You animal. You animal.
Look at you. You got to shave the hair off your face, you big dumb animal.
What made you choose Tama?
They contacted me first.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I'm just kidding. I love Tama. You know that's like the heavy metal dudes for all time. You know,
it really is
from back
Lombardo.
in the day. Yeah, the '80s. I mean, you know, I'm a child of the '80s, so that's all the guys I liked were playing Tama.
Yeah.
We're playing that back then, and so when they approached me, I was like, hell yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, and then you're like, all my heroes. You know?
Yeah, all my heroes.
I love that Justice kit Lars had, the white one.
Yeah, the white one.
That's the kit, man, with the Danish flag in the middle.
Yeah. The little stuffed animal.
Yeah, the stuffed animal.
I put a little. I had a white Pearl kit when I was a kid, and I put my little ET doll right there, right where Lars had his little thing, just kind of little emulating the guy there.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What I was going to ask you, I was listening to what is that, Arcadia, your side project?
Yeah.
I heard a song today. And
you did?
Fucking loved it, actually. I'm a big Kraftwerk guy.
Yeah.
And I love Kraftwerk. And
I like electronic stuff, like I always have. I've always
Gary Newman.
Anything with like a robot voice, I'm hooked.
Yeah, right.
Since that movie Breakin' came out.
Did you get into that Neil Young record?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's one of the fucking records to me, man. How cool is that record? Like, people don't know it.
No.
You know?
It's not a favorite?
Well, that's when, David Geffen tried suing him, like, what is this shit you're giving me? I want Old Man, like, I want fucking Harvest.
Yeah, you have it.
Yeah, it's already out.
Yeah.
But are you into that stuff, huh? Because this thing sounded great.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, actually, a good friend of mine, his name is Corey, and kind of grew up together a little bit in Rochester, New York, and we played in a band called Gaylord together down there. When I was in this band called Lethargy, and then I met him through that band, and we had a band called Gaylord for a few years. And then when I moved away, I didn't see him for a while, and then he moved to Atlanta, and started messing around on his keyboard. He's like, man, I got a bunch of crazy keyboard songs I've been writing just in my bedroom. He's like, we should go over to my buddy's studio and just record something. And I was like, yeah, cool. So that was like 3 years ago. So every time I get a little break, I'd go in and we'd write some more stuff together and figure out what the vocals were going to be. And I was like, yeah, and it finally came together and got finished, and I think it's coming out in a couple months or something.
That's fucking cool, man.
Finally.
You think you'll tour it or anything?
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a little, but maybe do a couple shows or something.
Yeah, some residencies or something.
My Mastodon is my life,
Of course.
So I am very cautious to do any kind of side project stuff, and because emotionally I'm pretty wrapped up in Mastodon. And when I get home, I have a wife and that waits and does a lot of waiting for me.
Wow.
So when I get home, I need to be all hers and nobody else's, really. So
how long have you been married?
15 years.
15 years.
Uh-huh.
And what does she work or anything?
She plays music.
She
plays
does?
in like 3 different bands. And
wow.
so she knows about the life, and she's, but yeah, like I said, I owe it to her when I get back to be all hers.
Yeah, I think a killer tour would be the Mars Volta and Mastodon.
Me too.
It would be unbelievable.
One of those guys going to get their shit together.
No, I don't know. I think it would be just...
Well, At the Drive-In is going right now, so that's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
but I mean,
excited
just
for
to
them.
see like a prog...
We became pretty good friends, like right off the bat. When we first met, I think I had a Santa Sangre shirt on or something. I always got a crazy T-shirt, but I had a Santa Sangre Alejandro Jodorowsky shirt on, and those guys saw it and they're like, "Oh, cool shirt, man." I was like, "Oh, cool," because not a lot of people know those movies.
Yeah.
So from there, then we all went into our love for Andy Kaufman. Cedric's got an Andy Kaufman tattoo.
Yeah.
And we just kind of bonded over comedy and I don't know. Yeah, we became really close friends. And Cedric sang on one of the songs on Blood Mountain.
Yeah.
And we played together a couple times. We actually did an All Tomorrow's Parties that they curated, and we played it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love those guys to death, man. I consider them some of my closest rock and roll friends.
So incredible, those guys, man.
Yeah,
just
great.
the plethora of material too. You got Anti-Mass, then you got At the Drive-In, then maybe the Mars Volta. Then maybe 7 other things that Omar's doing all at the same time, and it's all. But it's none of it's not. It's all great. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? It's all great.
Yeah.
It's like Queens. It's like Josh. It's just like, here's some more great shit.
Yeah, coming out of just whatever it is, it's awesome.
It really is, man. Do you guys watch comedy on the bus?
Yeah, we do. We I don't think we have any at the moment, but I'll put it on. Paul F. Tompkins is one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love everything that he does. I think his last special was something about his jobs, all the jobs that he has, that he's had.
What's the venue out there? Zanies or in Atlanta? What's the
Laughing
club?
Skull Lounge.
Oh, Laughing Skull, yeah.
People like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's a very small room.
That's a hip spot.
Yeah, so people.
You ever go there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Bobcat there like 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's great to see Bobcat now because he doesn't do the Bobcat anymore.
Dude, his movies.
Unbelievable.
He's
the
unreal.
Bigfoot one.
Yeah.
The one.
World's Greatest Dad, dude. Come on.
Unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
His movies are fire. Now he's doing, I just ran into him a couple weeks ago. He's doing a TV show, like 10 episodes, all different, kind of like Twilight Zone.
Oh, cool.
I can't wait
Oh,
to
man, that's going to be
That's
rad.
going to be fucking great, right?
Okay, tell him I want to be on it.
Yeah, right? He's so great, man. I saw him, I grew up in San Francisco in the Bay Area, and I saw him back in the day when he was first breaking, and the word on the street was, oh, the guy's homeless, and then he comes on and does comedy. And I really thought that's what it was for years.
Right.
Just come and then he toured with Nirvana,
Yeah.
Opening for Nirvana. I got the fucking shirt.
That's crazy.
Hosted by Bobcat, you know?
Oh, Brian Posehn, we played with him a couple
great.
times. He was in our last video, gets killed at the end.
Yeah.
I was
He's
like, do you want to
great.
be murdered in our video by death? He's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that.
I would do that in a minute.
Yeah. But he's awesome.
Yeah.
Brian's great. Yeah.
What about the, let's talk about the light show. Everybody's talking about the light show on this tour, man. Like, you got shit that just explodes. And
Yeah, it's
like,
sick.
Yeah, who's doing that, and how do you come up with that?
Well, we got 7 big video screens that are spread across the stage, and we had our boy Skinner, who did the album cover for Once More Around the Sun,
Yeah.
worked together with this visual company in New York called Hey Beautiful Jerk. They worked together on our video for Asleep in the Deep, the one where the cat goes exploring and all this crazy shit happens to him. So they worked together to make this insane video shot. We just wanted to look insane,
Yeah.
like Skinner art, animated, crazy colors. So that's what it is. And our buddy Mike Howe that runs lights and video for us, he has chopped it all up and put it all together to match all the songs and to go along with the set list and everything, and build the show and have like a big boy show, like a real, like almost like a real band.
Well, I saw you at the
We're almost a real band
I
right
saw you
now.
guys at Universal Amphitheater, and that was a fucking real show, That was crazy.
Yeah, we were doing the laser thing for a while. That was cool.
That was straight up just 80s Aussie.
Yeah,
I
'cause
loved it.
I love lasers.
Yeah, me too, right? It's something like that. Remember the Aussie, the old one where Aussie would come out, the word Aussie, and then
Yeah.
it would spin and a bat would fly?
And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot we were at an Ozzy show."
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
read it.
Well, fuck, man, I can't wait to see you guys tonight. How long's the tour going? All summer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're out all summer.
Eagles of Death Metal opening?
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, so great, right?
It's perfect. Yeah, and Russian Circles is the first band, and they're kind of doomy, they're just really beautiful soundscapes that those guys create. Really intense. Have you seen them?
No, I
You
haven't.
should check them out. They're really, really great.
Yeah, I will.
It's kind of in that Neurosis vein, but it's all instrumental. And stuff.
Oh, it's instrumental.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a perfect kind of primer. And then you get Boots Electric gets out there and just gets everybody amped. Like, even the most hardened metalhead cannot resist the rock and roll that oozes out of that man's body. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, right?
You can't resist it.
I know.
Just try
Yeah.
to keep your fucking arms crossed for the whole show.
Yeah, try to be hard.
Yeah.
Try to be
You'll
hard.
be like, you know what? I fucking love that
You got
guy.
me. Fist up.
Fist up. You know what? Everybody's gonna have a great time tonight. He just gets that. He's just so positive and so awesome, and we love him and we love everybody in that band. And we've been friends with those guys for a long time, and we've been talking about touring forever. So it just planets aligned, and here we are.
You ever thought about doing a record out there?
Where? Oh yeah. We've talked about it many times, but we've spent time away from home doing records before, and it's good and everything.
Yeah.
But at this point in our career, we want to try to be at home for as many things as possible, and try to be at home to record. So we need to be at home.
Brendan O'Brien, total fucking mystique dude. No interviews, nothing. What is the guy like, man?
He should do stand-up comedy.
Yeah?
He's hilarious, yeah.
Is he
He's
funny?
got so many fucking stories about everybody in the business, and he's great, you know. But he doesn't want to take away from the band that he works with, whatever band that is. He doesn't want to be he wants to be behind the scenes. Like, that's what he signed up for, you know.
Right.
And he's happy where he's at, you know what I mean? But it's awesome to work with him. He's a wonderful human being and cares deeply about the product and the record that we're making together and wants it to be right. And, you know, but he works really fast, and, you know, it's awesome. You feel like you're in good hands when you're working with him, you know what I mean? And it's fun to make a record because you kind of geek out on
his equipment,
all the noises and shit that
what
you can
about
make,
his equipment, you know? Like his vintage guitars and his vintage amps
ridiculous.
and his fucking
when you're rolling with them, you know, you're gonna be using some cool stuff, you know?
Yeah, right.
Especially for the guitar players in the band, there's so much stuff to play with.
Saw it.
So it's pretty rad.
I saw it, man. Just vintage Strats, old Vox AC30s, you know, all that shit.
Two Mellotrons.
Yeah.
You know,
Where's the studio in Atlanta?
No, he's out here.
Oh, he's out here.
Yeah.
But he worked out there with you guys?
Yeah.
What studio was it?
The Quarry, it was called.
You guys like it?
It closed.
It closed.
But yeah, we liked it.
It closed right after he did the record?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the day after.
No shit. You guys were
that was it, yeah.
Well, how long were they?
Same with Sound City.
Yeah. Oh, you did Sound City and then they closed?
Yeah, last tracks.
No way.
Yeah.
No shit?
Same with Southern Tracks in Atlanta.
No way.
Yeah, last record.
Don't have Mastodon do a record at your studio.
We'll close that shit down, son.
That is incredible, man.
It was too good. They had to close.
Well, thanks, dude.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate it. I can't tell you how cool it is. I meet you, you give me your personal number, and then I text
Don't call me.
And you do the fucking interview, though, man.
Yeah, here we are.
That is like, I've been trying to get you guys on for like 2 years.
Yeah, you talked to the wrong people, my friend.
I know, right? You talked to
all you had to say is Cedric and Omar, and I was there because I want beautiful hair.
I love those guys, man. Yeah. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you.
Awesome.
And what, States right now, and then Europe, or what?
Yep.
All right,
States,
cool.
States, Europe, and everything else.
Awesome. And then when's Conan on? You shot it today. Is it on tonight? Or
no, it's not on for a couple weeks or something like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. So what song did you guys do?
Show Yourself.
Yeah.
That's what they want us to do.
Come on with Steam Breather.
I wanted to do Steam Breather, but they said no deal.
Could be the best song I fucking heard. I'm not kidding. In 15 years.
We're gonna do it tonight.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean,
I'm gonna sing that for you.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to Let There Be Talk.
Yay.
And get their brand new record and tell a friend, man. See you guys.